So when you open the case for the GoPro camera, what you'll find inside is the camera already equipped with a charged battery, SD card inside the protective case, and with the Steadicam shoe already attached. You'll have an extra battery because the batteries on the GoPro is only last about an hour, so you should have a good 2 hours of shooting with both batteries. You'll have the USB adapter and charging adapter, the audio adapter, the open non-protective case for the GoPro, the clamp where you can put the GoPro on top of something and shoot from a high angle if you can't reach, and then obviously the Steadicam arm, which will be your main way for shooting. So the first thing you'll want to do is turn on the GoPro using the camera or the button right here at the front. And when you see the camera show up and then the settings show up and the screen turn on, you should be good. And the settings you'll always want the camera on are the camera setting you see right here, and the wrench setting. If you go to that and go to the first menu there, it should be, not that menu, this menu, in 1080p, 30 frames per second, and the field of view can be set to any of wide, medium, or narrow. Wide and medium should be reserved for when you're shooting a large room or an open space or where there's a lot of people and you're going to want to get a really wide shot. The narrow is reserved for really close-up shots and interviews, especially interviews. You always want to shoot in interviews in narrow because otherwise you'll get kind of a bubble face on your subject, and that really won't look good. So to mount the GoPro camera onto the Steadicam arm, just clip it in like this, and it should already be steady and balanced. If it's not, you can use these red knobs here. Twisting them forward or backwards will make the arm lean right or left or forwards or backwards. You just want to make sure that even when your thumb's not on it, it's balanced perfectly and not leaning any way. But to keep it balanced when you're maybe doing a moving shot is to put your thumb right on the back. And even when you're shifting your arm or moving your shot or trying to get a different angle, that will keep the arm very balanced and won't have any shake, which is very important. And then, of course, to start recording, you press the button right here on the top, and to stop recording, the same button. So as often as possible, you want to try and keep the camera inside the protective case. However, inside this case, it doesn't pick up very good sound at all. So if you're doing a shot where you have really good natural sound, or especially when you're doing an interview and you need audio, you can release it from the protective case by taking off the shoe and releasing it with this switch here. And you flip that over and open it like that, and you can take the camera out. You then want to put it inside of this case, which is just a slip-in case. Now, it's not very protective, so be very careful of the lens, because we don't want the lens to get scratched, because that can be really bad. And we don't want to have to replace these cameras. And then you put the shoe right back on, like this, and put the screw right back through the shoe and attach it to the Steadicam. Once the camera is mounted back onto the Steadicam arm, you can attach the audio adapter right here, which just plugs right into the side, and attach the XLR to mini cable, which you'll need to sign out separately from the equipment room because it doesn't actually come with the GoPro kit, and attach your hand microphone to the XLR. Now, the disadvantage to using the GoPro to record audio is that you don't actually have control over any of the audio settings, and you can't plug headphones into it, so you just have to pray to God that your audio comes out okay. Now, because the battery is powering both the recording and the screen, it only lasts for about an hour. But the equipment room has actually placed a second battery, a backup battery, in the case for you. So to replace the battery, you just unclip the protective case, the same way you did before, and open up, very carefully open up the screen to the camera just by pulling open the side like that and swinging it open. And it actually detaches too. And using this tab on the battery, you just slip the battery right out. You then take the new battery and you slip it in with the pull tab facing out so that you can take this battery out easily as well, and put the swinging door and screen back on like that. And your new battery should be ready to go. To import files onto the computer from the GoPro, you'll just plug the USB adapter into the side and plug it into the back of the computer. And the USB will pop up, or the camera will pop up right on the side here. And what you'll want to do is actually create a new folder on the desktop and drag the GoPro MP4 files into the new folder. If you import them straight to Final Cut, it actually takes a very long time and you'll probably be late returning your camera to the equipment room. So import them, drag them onto a new folder on your desktop, and then you can import them to Final Cut after you've done that, so that your camera is not sitting here for hours while it renders new files on Final Cut.